The much-awaited election to select new officers for the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club 1895 has taken place. The election took place at the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club premises on Friday, the 30th of July 2021. Members of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, trustees, past presidents and members and friends of the club witnessed the big event. The election of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club began at 12 noon and ended at 7 p.m. in keeping with the rules of the club's elections. Before the election, all those who showed interest in the election were screened, and some failed the eligibility test, while some were elected unopposed. Those who stood for election were Bolajoko Martins and Babatunde Bank Anthony for the office of Catering Secretary. For the post of Vice President of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, Ladi Olatunde and Olumide Odushoga, who served as secretary in the last administration, locked horns. The election was supervised by Chairman of the Electoral Committee, Mr. Gbolahan Laja, and Mr. Adekunle Oki, who was the returning officer. Members were first accredited to ascertain that they were bona fide members of the club who are qualified to vote before voting started in earnest. In the election to elect the new catering secretary of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, Bolajoko Martins won. Bolajoko Martins polled 134 votes to defeat Babatunde Bank Anthony, who scored 91 votes. For the post of Vice President of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, Olumide Odushoga, the incumbent honorary secretary, won. Olumide Odushoga won with 115 votes to 112, polled by Ladi Olatunde in a very close contest with only 3 votes deciding the winner. The new officers of the club, both elected unopposed and those elected through the ballot, were sworn in officially. The swearing ceremony of the new officers to run the affairs of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club was supervised by Mr. Gbolahan Laja, Chairman of the Electoral Committee.
Membership number 0561. Do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the members of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. That as the president, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution and bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club as amended. That I will strive to preserve and uphold the objectives of the club as contained in Article 11 of the Constitution and bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. That I will not allow my personal interests to influence my official duties or my official decision. That I will do right to all members according to the Constitution and bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, without fear or favor, envy or affection. That I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, and I will devote myself to the service and advancement of the objectives of the club as contained in Article 11 of the Constitution and bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. So help me God.
By the powers conferred on me as the chairman of the Electoral Commission, this oath is being administered by me, Prince Gbolahan Olukayode Laja, Chairman of the Electoral Committee. Thank you, Mr. President.
To give legal power to the swearing-in of the new officers for the next 2 years was Professor Barrister Oludayo Amokaye.
I, Akim Abiodun Ipatira, Embassy number 5, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the members of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. That as the House Secretary, I will start my duties
to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution of bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club.
And I will strive to preserve and uphold the objectives of the club as contained in Article 1 of the Constitution and bylaws of Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. And I'm not allowing my personal interests to influence my official duties or my official decisions. And I'm going to all members of the without fear of all
as contained in their work there and the conditions by the Lagos
This oath is duly administered before me. Professor Barrister Dayo, I want to public an oath of office.
In his inaugural address, the new president of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, Barrister Kolade Olutekunbi, gave the roadmap of his administration. Barrister Kolade Olutekunbi, who had held several positions in the club before, said all members of the club should brace up for a new order. He asked for the cooperation of all members for the success of the assignment and task ahead of the new administration in power.
On behalf of all of us that are here, we promise you that we will uphold the constitution of our club to the letter. Whosoever is involved, this is the time for all of us to take this club more seriously. This place is not a pepper soup joint. The club was founded in 1895. The oldest club in Lagos Law, yet we are not meeting up with the standard of other clubs. We are going to do everything that is humanly possible to restore the glory of this club back. And whatever it's going to take, we will do it. Am I speaking on your behalf? Yes. We will do it, and we will not care who is in whose odds is gone. We are going to preserve this edifice for the purpose of which it is meant. I want to also assure you that being a tennis club, we will promote the game of tennis, and we will ensure that all our tournaments are held, and we will reach out to all sponsors to ensure that we have some of the best tournaments we used to have in the past. I thank you all. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Other members of the new administration of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club 1895 are Olumide Odushoga, Vice President, Akeem Akbatira, Honorary Secretary, Assistant Honorary Secretary Kunle Falola, Honorary Treasurer Henry Jacinto, Tennis Captain Henry Shedrack, Assistant Tennis Captain Adedapo Asida Olaniji, Catering Secretary Bolajuko Martins, Publicity Secretary Adekunle Akintela, Squash Captain Deji Wellington. Ex-official members are Davidson Rega, Paul O. Udu, Adeni Larry, Adisa Falade, Charles Cole, and Olusegun Guniyi. BOS and Biscuit TV spoke to the president of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, Barrister Kolade Olutekunbi, and Mr. Gbolahan Laja, the chairman of the Electoral Committee.
This is Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. This is the center of tennis in Africa. We have 9 courts with a center court. You can see our center court here. This edifice used to play the host of the best Grand Slam players in the world. We have the Serena Williams that came to play here not quite recently when I was secretary. So this club has been known for tennis. And we do recreational activities, but tennis are primary objectives. So we are going to return the club back to its status quo, where tennis will be played. We will nurture the youth to play professional tennis. We will ensure that we have coverage that will enable people to know that we actually exist. What has gone in the past is that the club has gone too quiet. We have gone too quiet, but now we are going to speak out so that people will know this is a location that is unique in Lagos. You can't have this location anywhere. Our neighbor is the executive governor of Lagos State. That's our neighbor. This club used to be the official recreational residence of the Governor General of the Federation in those days. So here is the edifice where you have to come and play. You can see that the atmosphere is serene, it's friendly, it's peaceful, it's secured. So we want people to bring their children to come and play tennis. Tennis is our game here. We do other sports. We have squash, we have billiard and snooker, we have darts. You know, we have some other sports we play, but tennis is our primary assignment. So we are going to promote the games of tennis, like I said, and we are going to involve everybody, all stakeholders, including the press. Because without the press, you can't go anywhere. And we will emphasize more on the game of tennis.
Finally, Barrister Kolade has been elected unopposed. He was the only one that came out to be the president of this club. And I think because of his heavyweight, he was not challenged by anybody. That's how he has emerged as the president of this club, unopposed. The expectation is very, very high, I must tell you. This is a gentleman who has been the secretary of this club before, some 10 years ago. He has tried to be a vice president, he couldn't make it. So he went back and did his own work. And he is optimistic that he's going to turn this club around, and I believe so. He will do so.
BISCON Communications congratulates the new officers of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club and wish them a successful tenure.